Hey everybody, welcome back. This video is gonna be a little channel information and unboxing video of the new stuff I got. We're gonna check it out, and then putting them on will be in another video. But figure we'll unbox stuff and take a look at it to see if it's decent or what the details are on it. And as for an update, not so much car stuff right now. I got this TRX-4. Gives me something to do when car stuff's not going on, especially now during this whole crisis garbage. They shut down all the good events and nothing local was going on, and we were getting chased out of everywhere for even gathering anywhere because you couldn't be, God forbid, in a parking lot, you know, that had nobody in it. So this gives me something to do, and I've always liked off-road stuff, and right now that, you know, living here, there's not much anywhere to off-road without driving a whole lot and towing something somewhere and all that. So this was a good small-scale way to do it. TRX-4, Traxxas. It's got locking differentials, 2-speed transmission. I threw some beadlock wheels on it and some knockoff tires, which are similar to a set by a company called ProLine. They're really grippy and great. Threw in some other mods on it, a steering servo to help. Before with the stock one, I'd get bound up, you know, against something or close to it, and the steering, you know, couldn't overpower it. You know, would just stall. So this, the new steering servo, can push past it, helps you climb up out of a small, tight area. You know, so you can actually dig up the side of that rock. Yeah, I like it so far. Got a bunch of stuff here for it, some other stuff on the way. Let's go over what I've got and do some unboxing stuff and see what, you know, see if the stuff I got's pretty decent. I'll have links for it in the description to wherever I got it from. I did buy a set. Still having issues getting a set of Snap-on stuff because, you know, Snap-on, that's what I like. This set of Allen keys. They did not strip. They were pretty much indestructible. They could take out a red Loctited, you know, hex with no problem. We use them at work all the time on robotics and Fanuc robotics with red Loctite. They're tiniest little 2mm headed bolt in, and to get it out, I've used the crap out of my 2, and now it's gone. Somebody probably borrowed it, or it got lost somewhere along the way, and I kind of need that on the stuff. So I just picked up this Protex set. It's really friggin' nice. It's not cheap, but the handles are amazing. It's got a swivel end here. It's super lightweight. You can use the holes. You know, God forbid you have a super tight one, you can stick something through the hole. Maybe like on one. There, stick something through the hole, you know, for extra leverage. You know, they're just really nice, and apparently they don't strip. They're really quality tips on them that will not allow it to round out your bolts or the bolt to round out these. So we'll see how they work. Hopefully that's what happens, and they're at least as good as the Snap-on ones were. If you happen to be a Snap-on dealer and you watch this video, or you know one, and he's your best buddy, and you know, you could contact me, I will buy them. You know, these sets from them. If, you know, they can get a hold of me, and I can just get them from them. Moving on. What did we get? First off, my differential lock servo died on this. I made a small video about how it died. It had a little bit to do with the I think the battery eliminator circuit that I put in here, which basically gives the steering servo more power than what it can get from the receiver and, you know, from the factory. It wiped out my servo because of it was adjusted wrong from Traxxas, I think. So I bought this, which is a eco-powered sub-micro servo. Just a little. Look at this little guy. Him, just a little dude. I think we're in focus. So it's tiny, but it's got metal gears and it's supposedly waterproof. The Traxxas factory one had plastic gears, so we're going to be putting this in so I can have my front diff lock back. Alright, first thing I got in a collection of Amazon goodies was this Hobby Park power switch. I'll have a link to this also. It's basically, it's a quick power switch that connects to the speed control, right next to the speed control, and this little flappy hangs down between the opening the frame here. It sticks down between here. If you can see that, it's just basically the step bar and the frame piece. That piece sticks down and lets you turn it on without taking the cover off, which is kind of nice. Comes with sticky tape and some screws, so you can stick it on there and then drill some little tight holes and bolt it down. Alright, next up we got the Traxxas 8030. This is the rigid light kit for the TRX-4. It's got the light bar. It's actually branded with the rigid brand on it. Light bar. Rock lights for the fender wells. All the little doodads to put it on. There's screws in here, and there's zip ties. They kind of give you everything. This little Y plug. Alright, it's got the tail lights and the headlights. I got tail lights, I got these headlights. And the LED driver, which is really nice because it keeps it from everything from going dim every time you hit the throttle. You know, you'll pull a little power. This thing is a constant current power supply that you'll see in anything with really good LEDs. You always have a constant current driver. Yeah, you love your stickers. I didn't put any Traxxas stickers on this because I want it to look scale. And you know, I'm gonna putting some accessories on it and buying little accessories to go on it that make it look scale. I'm gonna do some body detailing, like painting the lines in the door jambs to make it look real. I have a 3D printer over here. It's a Taz 6. Don't mind the mess. That's my Taz. I'm gonna do some door handle prints and some other stuff that I've seen that you can make for this. I could have 3D printed that lever for the power switch, but right now, just a lot going on and busy, and I gotta re-get my software on my new laptop for the 3D printer, for the slicer software and stuff, so I was just like, it was cheap. Alright. Next, I'll give you a link to this, but I got these as well. These are shock towers, and I got these for one reason. Not that, you know, the stock shock towers are great. They seem solid. Yeah, they're plastic, but they seem beefy. I got these because on the one side bolts this little guy, which is the Panhard bar mount. Let's take this guy off. So under there, let's get you. Oh, what's the best thing? Yeah. Under here, right here, is the Panhard mount for the body, and with the strong steering servo, it basically rocks. Let's go up. When it turns, it actually pushes this thing side to side, and you get flex just from the steering servo up here and down here on the axle. So people will put, they sell brass upgrades for these and aluminum upgrades for all the links, and then to get rid of this plastic one, people do a brace across their stuff to stop this from pivoting. But I mean, for the price of the towers, they were pretty cheap. So the towers have an aluminum brace on these, and since the towers also bolt to the body post in the center, it gives them some good, you know, keeps them from collapsing in on each other as well. So let's take a look at these. Out of there. Yes, I'm sure you know, guys don't want to see me slice a finger off or something. I mean, it might get views, but you know. All right. Some good solid metal. Let's maybe tip this down. I don't know. And maybe zoom in a little bit. So they have really good detail. They've got this cool line detail. There's, come on, 3 holes on the side for locations. One that's got the holes in the back for the mount. Oh, it's got letters on it. This is A, B, and B. So it must be maybe for front and back. But let's see. Oh, a little link bar too. It didn't come with instructions. You know, some of the standard Chinese stuff didn't. If you don't throw your bag away. If you have any of these things, don't throw your bags away, because trapped in the corners, you know, they'll put the screws. But this link bolts in. This is the link that bolts on there and holds the Panhard bar. Oh, and there's 2 locations on here, it looks like. Appears to be. I don't know for sure if this goes on, you know, if you can use either one. No, well, yeah, because it's got the same hole pattern on the factory one too, so. But I don't know which one this goes on. But it basically goes like this. Goes right through there, factory bolt hole, and then ties into this other one. So makes it definitely, you know, once it locks behind this and then bolts into it, gives it some seriously, you know, strong, so it shouldn't flex, especially with this nice thick side. Like I said, the factory ones are good. That's it, see? A and B is left and right. You know, factory one's good. I mean, they're sturdy and decent plastic, and I can't imagine them flexing if you're not going to bash it. If you're not going to bash it, I mean, I can't imagine you really needing an upgrade, but I did it just because of this other mount. I'll throw those over here, clean that up later. What else we got? This box. I was waiting for this one. This one's cool. Alright. RZXYL is the name of the brand. And these are pretty. Again, screws in the corner. Don't lose your screws. These puppies. I don't know if you can get it on really idea how good they look, but these are aluminum front and rear portal axle sets with the portal covers in aluminum too. I did get portal sets for these that are brass. It's the kit. It'll come in. It comes with the front brake rotor, which is strange because you get a front one but not a rear one. But I guess I could change, you know, if I do change the front to the brass ones, if I ever want to go back or find out that's not as good as I thought, I can go back to these aluminum ones. The other good thing about these is these are the mount. This is the Panhard mount. It's aluminum, so you don't have to worry about buying a brass one for the plastic axles, because that's playing strong enough. And the other link mounts are here and they're built into this, so they don't come off like the factory one. You can unbolt it. You can remove them and put different ones on it. These ones are bolted. They're machined into it. At least, let's see. This one's removable, but these two are built into the bracket. Let's check out the rear one. The rear one, these are you can remove the two for these two for the rear. The top one's, machined into it. These are nice. I'm curious. Okay, yeah, they do tilt forward. I wasn't sure. I was looking at these, and if this is flat, these are tilted forward. I didn't know if that was correct, or if these went vertical and this was tilted up. Because I mean, it's better for driveline angle to be up a little bit, you know, if you have extreme angles. But yeah, I wasn't sure how these were set up, but yeah, it's supposed to have like a little up angle, at least on the stock one it does. It's got a little forward angle. But we'll be putting these on too. We'll take a more in-depth look at them and take them apart and see what they look like on a future video. Like I said, I do have brass pieces for this one coming. Got brass ends. I didn't get the brass for this yet. I've heard mixed reviews about weight in the back as well, but I mean, it's always an option. This will give us a little bit more weight as it is, and we'll measure that and figure out how much it weighs. I have some other great stuff coming. I have a new bumper and a servo winch kit with a really cool front winch mount piece that comes here, and it actually holds the front servo winch up here, so it's that'll be really nice to put on. What else did I get? Oh yeah, so I'm trying to remember what I got. Servo winch, really good price one, so we'll take a look at it and review it. It's on eBay and it's made here in the US. A guy makes them all. Insanely better priced, you know, than some of the other brands. I know the other brands have good reputation, but you know, you can buy all this stuff, it starts to eat your budget. I happen to have an amazing supportive wife who probably will never watch this video, so she won't have to worry about how much, you know, knowing exactly how much money we spent, even though she can just check the account on Amazon. But you know, we all try to tell our wives it's a little less than what we actually spent. But I got the servo winch coming, which is a center spooled servo winch, so it actually drives out of the center of the servo box. The spool would come out of the center piece in here instead of on the end where the, you know, where the actual horn would go. I got a mount for it, a front bumper, which was hard to find a front bumper that just has a the guide for the cable and no winch mount piece on it. Every one of them is made for winch mounting, and I wanted something close to it, so it was hard to find one that just had this. I couldn't, so I got one that looked good. I was looking at the Yeah Racing ones, but I don't know, online they had bad reviews for the Yeah Racing, but I talked to another guy on a group and he said it was great. I don't know. I also got the a winch controller for it, which is the RC4 drive winch controller. And then to tie this winch and stuff into power, I got a Y harness for the battery, which uses this cable, puts a little Y on it, and it'll go to the winch controller for power. So I don't have to try to like tap off my wires or, you know, use this cable up here, which is for the lighting and so on and so forth. We'll see how it works out as an option. But well, thanks for watching, and soon we'll have a video of doing the install for everything else, and better in-depth look at everything. Thanks.